Stagg Jr. Batch 24A, the most available Stagg Jr. on the market today. Is it any good? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing a review of this bad boy right here. This is the brand new Stagg Jr. release, the 24A, coming in at a whopping 127.6 proof. So this is going to be one of the lower proof Stagg Juniors on the market today, but this is, from what I have seen and gathered from everybody across the nation, this is the most widely available Stagg Jr. batch that has hit the market to date. Now, that is not going to say that everybody and their mother, brother, sister, and father are going to be able to get this batch right here. So if you are in an area that is unfortunate, not able to get this, well, if you want to sample, make sure you join up on the Patreon, because I'm going to be doing a giveaway of a sample of this Stagg Jr. 24A over there. Also, we're doing a bourbon bottle raffle on the Patreon, so make sure you guys check out the Patreon. Link is down below. Helps me out like you wouldn't believe. As little as $2, you know, it goes a long way to be able to do videos like this and raffles such as these and giveaways like this one. Make sure you guys also drop that like, leave a comment down below on what your favorite Stagg Jr. batch is if you have had one, and make sure you smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Now, without further ado, let's get into the Stagg Jr. batch 24A. Let's get into the nose of Stagg Jr. 24A. This is such a light nose compared to your traditional Stagg Juniors. That's why I have Stagg Jr. 23B up here, which is a very, very close proof point. This is 127.8 proof compared to 127.6, so super, super close. We're gonna compare these two. And then when I did first crack this, I did take a sip and I was like, wow, that is super, super similar to what the E.H. Taylor flavor profile is. So we're also going to compare it to the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof Batch 10 to see if those flavor profiles are as what I assumed to be super, super similar. And on this nose, man, I'm telling you, I'm getting a lot of sweet sugar cookie, a little bit of that orange zest. It's super, super light. And on the nose, I'm getting really, really light fruits, strawberries and raspberries. It's like a strawberry preserve in this glass. It's so nice, it's dense, but it's not dense in a dark way. It's dense in a very, very light and inviting kind of manner. And then when you get a little bit deeper into this glass, you're getting a little bit more of what that barrel has to offer into this, but it's not bringing dark, deep oak. It's bringing a little bit of a milk chocolate. A touch of an espresso is in here as well. It's nothing that is, wow, this is your traditional Stagg. As we opened this when I first got it, the night I got it, and it's been about 4 or 5 days, so it's had a little bit of time to breathe in that bottle, and it's still that really nice, super inviting, just really, really nice, light, just, again, inviting nose. And I'm getting, so the milk chocolate does tend to fade off a little bit, and I'm getting a little bit more like a dark, fudgy chocolate note. It's almost like if you walked into one of those gourmet like chocolate or fudge shops in those small towns, or on an area that has a lot of shops, but you smell that chocolate fudge. That is something that is rolling out of this that is really, really pleasant. I didn't get that the first time I nosed this thing. Wow, that chocolate fudge is really, really dense. But again, it's not dark. It's very light and inviting. I really enjoy this thing. This nose is wonderful. You can stick your nose deep into this glass. You're not getting a big ethanol kick. It's really something that, you know, for the past couple of Stagg batches, you know, the 17 I wasn't the biggest fan of. The 18 I wasn't the biggest fan of. The 23B was good, but wasn't great. My personal favorite is Stagg Jr. Batch 15, but it doesn't compare to, most likely, the single barrel. But I want to see what it compares to, something in very, very close proof points. What is this one? This is coming in at 127.3. So All three of these are going to be really, really close in proof. So let's get into the palate and see what Stagg Jr. 24A has to offer. I always say it, I love barrel proof Buffalo Trace, but this is not your traditional dark, deep cola, deep rich cherry with a little bit of a backbone of that barrel Stagg offering. This is a very light introduction to Stagg Jr. You're getting all of that palate or all of that nose onto the palate. I'm trying to unravel everything here because it is really, really good. It is so good, and it does not pack that proof that a lot of Staggs have. It's really, really viscous. It covers every single area of your mouth, and that nose just follows so well into the palate. Orange zest, like just shaved orange zest on like a graham cracker. For some reason, that's one of the things that I'm getting on that initial beginning of the palate is orange zest and graham crackers. I guess that graham cracker could kind of relate into that sugar cookie if like you had like an orangey sugar cookie, if you could do that, like an orange icing sugar cookie. Really, really interesting kind of take on that. And then it rolls into like if you had a one of those wafer cookies. One side was an espresso cookie, then you had that light icing, and then the other side was a fudgy, very light, not dense like you're eating fudge, but you're getting the flavor of fudge, but in a very, very light and airy kind of way. Another light, fudgy chocolate cookie underneath, but it's a very, very light, easy, just super subtle on your mouth, gives you that little tingle, but it's nothing that is overwhelming and saturates everything and you're wondering what you're tasting. You are getting all of these notes in this bottle of bourbon very, very well, and it really might be something that is compared to some of the better Stagg batches, but in a different way because of how unique this pour really is. It's really good, and I'm glad that, you know, even though not everybody's going to get this, but more people are able to find this bottle, and I'm happy that is the case because it's a really good batch and people are not going to be disappointed. You know, not everybody's going to be, you're not going to be disappointed if you find a Stagg, right? You're going to be happy, especially if you find it for MSRP. I was able to get this bad boy for $75, which, you know, to me, that's a great price. But let's compare it to these bad boys over here. Yo, brother, what are you up to today? Yo, brother, what is going on? I'm actually going on Give270's website right now to purchase my 50 for 50 Bourbon Strong raffle ticket. Right here, right now. It is time once again to get Bourbon Strong with Give270. Our latest 50 for 50 Bourbon raffle gives you the chance to win amazing, amazing prizes while helping out 3 great causes for their nonprofits. We have Project Learn, Camp Tessa, and the Down Syndrome Association of the Heartland. Now through July 31st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, purchase your $50 ticket to support these amazing organizations. Get 2 chances to win from our 50 bourbon prizes during a live drawing on Wednesday, July 31st. Now, the prize lineups include a variety of allocated and limited release bottles and 3 grand prizes, including the duo of the Van Winkle Lot B 12-year and the Old Rip Van Winkle 10-year, the 6-tier Pappy lineup, and the sought-after Double Eagle Very Rare 20-year. Now, how this is going to work is first we'll draw for the single bottles from 4 to 50 before returning each of those winning tickets back into the tumbler for those chances to win those 3 grand prizes as well. The first name drawn wins the Double Eagle Very Rare. The second name drawn wins the Pappy lineup. And then the third name drawn wins the duo of the Van Winkle 12-year Lot B and the Van Winkle 10-year. Make sure you guys go check out Give270's website down below in the description. Go pick up your Bourbon Strong 50 for 50 ticket to help support some amazing causes and get your chance to win some allocated bourbons that I personally have never seen and you personally have never seen as well for $50. That is an absolute steal. You can't go wrong. Check it out down below. So first, Let's compare it to the other closest proof stag that I have, which is 127.8 proof. Nice little small pours here. Noses are so different. The 23B does give you that traditional stag nose. I'm getting a little bit of that cola, a little cherry note, a little bit darker and deeper and denser on those dark notes. Yeah, it's so much darker. This is so light. I can't wait to compare the noses of the E.H. Taylor and this compared to each other, because going into the palate, 23B gives you a little bit more of that oaky profile. It kind of dries your mouth out a little bit more, whereas this one over here made you salivate so much. Your mouth was watering drinking this one, where this one, your mouth dries out, which makes your tongue salivate a little bit more, but it's a completely different experience. Yeah, if I were to have both of these in front of me, the 23B or the 24A, I'm 9 times out of 10 going to try and get my hands on this 24A over this. Even though it's a lower proof, you're going to get a better experience out of this bottle than this one over here. Let's do the comparison of the E.H. Taylor next. All right, so this is the E.H. Taylor batch 10. This came out, God, I don't even know when it came out, honestly. I'm gonna put a little asterisk on the bottom to let you know when it came out. But it's coming in at 127.3 proof. Again, this is 127.6 proof. So super close in those proof points. This is a little bit lower. But word on the street is E.H. Taylors are 8 to 10 years old. Stagg Juniors are 6 to 8 years old. This is a one-time release barrel proof per year. These were 2, now they're most likely going to be 3. So we'll see more Stagg Juniors than you will E.H. Taylors. But let's get into these noses here. I had to figure out how to get around that bottle there. But here we go. All right, E.H. Taylor nose. This E.H. Taylor barrel proof is one of the best bottles of whiskeys that I've had in a long time. And this Stagg Jr. here gives it a run for its money, especially on the nose. Both of them are so complex in different ways. You're getting a little bit more of that youthfulness on the Stagg on the nose. You're finding those grainy notes, whereas this, if it is pushing that 10-year mark, you're getting a little bit more of that character from the barrel. But it's still light and bright and inviting, whereas that Stagg had the same light, bright, and inviting kind of a nose. On the palate is where these kind of differ. The palate of the E.H. Taylor, you're getting a little bit more of that cherry note, a little bit more of that cola, but it's still light. I'm getting a little touch of a strawberry, a little bit of that raspberry, and a little light espresso, whereas this is more on those really punchy kind of espresso, really dense on that orange and really light fruit notes on the strawberries and raspberries, and a little bit of that wafer cookie. Not getting a lot of wafer over here, getting a little, that wafer cookie kind of transitions into a little bit more of that deeper, denser barrel note. And I think that's where these two kind of differ. But if I'm looking at this bottle for $250 and I'm looking at this bottle for $75, I'm gonna go with the Stagg Jr. 24A most times out of 10. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. This was a fun one. We did get this bottle over at the Roger Wilco Stag Party. So thank you again to Roger Wilco for hosting a fantastic event. We'll be doing a review of that bad boy here soon as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until next time, this has been Nathan with the Everyday Drinker. If you want a sample of this as well, if you're still here watching, make sure you join in on the Patreon. But hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until next time, this has been Nathan, the Everyday Drinker. Cheers.